Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you right now is Kamala Harris's quest to unravel her campaign went into overdrive yesterday and today, where she made some incredibly bad mistakes. In fact, you could argue this might cost her the election. Everything that I'm about to show you is going to be linked right down there in the description box below. And guys, please let me hear you in the comments on this one. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you want to spread freedom from coast to coast, to border, and thank you for that consideration. And guys, one of the ways that you can take advantage of helping and the privilege to really push freedom in this country is by making sure you're ready to vote. The USCCA Action Fund has put together the entire organization to infrastructure, which I'm about to show you to make sure you know how to vote. Register to vote. Make sure you know your location. All your ballot stuff is correct. There's a link in the description box below. Check this out, and then we're going to get to how Harris aided you in your quest to get rid of her. We are heading into the most crucial election of our lifetimes, and millions of the people who share our values aren't even registered to vote. Think about that. My name is Braden Langley with Langley Outdoors on YouTube, and I'm partnering with the USCCA Action Fund to make sure that we do everything that we can to put the right people in the right place at the right time to pass our blessings on to the next generation. I am challenging each one of you to stand up for our God-given rights. If only half of us on this channel activate, that is 275,000 people that are active, passing on our rights and taking that civic duty to do so. Imagine how powerful that could be, and all you have to do is go to votewithbraden.com. So here's what you need to do. Go to votewithbraden.com. This is the one-stop shop. All you have to do is go there. You can get your registration up to date or check to make sure you are registered. You can get your polling location. You can even get a ballot if you desire. It has never been simpler, and it takes less than 60 seconds. Again, votewithbraden.com. All right, people, let's dive in. I swear, you can't make this stuff up. We talked yesterday about how Harris was breaking with Biden as he keeps injecting himself into the campaign. Remember this? We talked about this yesterday. Well, apparently, she decided against it. And she made some very large mistakes today on The View. Check this out, people. This is crazy.
Something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Molly, what do you make of that? I'm surprised, frankly, that she doesn't have more to say about this, given that she and her campaign know that this is one of the main questions that voters have about her. And one of the main things she's been trying to establish as part of her candidacy is the idea that she would represent a break from the past 4 years, and to not be able to come up with something to say in that moment. She continues to not be particularly nimble on her feet in a lot of these interviews, and this is a very obvious question that gave her an opportunity, frankly, to differentiate herself in a way that would have made news, that would have answered, I think, the curiosity of a lot of voters who want to know how she would lead differently. And she's not very specific in laying that out, and she can't point to a decision she would have made differently, which, in an electorate that thinks that doesn't like the way this administration has led, and that doesn't like the track that the country is on, that may not be a very satisfactory answer.
I mean, it's something different.
Okay, let's just, oh, look at that. Harris weighs more breaks with Biden as he keeps injecting himself into the campaign. It's so bad and so obvious. Even CNN goes, you are supposed to be the change candidate that you're couching yourself as, and you can't even say anything other than not a thing comes to mind on what you would do different than Biden, but you're not Biden. I mean, wow. Wesley Hunt right here is onto something. This is Representative Wesley Hunt from Texas. Now, CNN is turning on Harris. She's defending Biden with no regrets. Her answer shocked everyone. Quote, I'm surprised she doesn't have more to say about this. I'm not. She's horrible. But anyway, again, I would like to bring back this article we covered yesterday. Always on the cutting edge of freedom here at Langley Outdoors. But now, we've covered what happened on The View. We've covered how Harris shot herself in the foot with something that we covered yesterday and the opportunity today on The View, which was a softball question. Let's jump over to what happened to her last night on CNN. Oh, by the way, actually, before I do that, you remember how we covered yesterday that they're at a 28% approval Oh, not 20% approval. Excuse me, to get it right. 28% right track versus wrong track of the direction of the country. 28% think they are. I wouldn't do a thing different. Get this woman more microphones yesterday. Anyway, let's look at another one that we found. So this is coming from CBS. Guys, something's happening in the media, almost like they're kind of just making sure they cover their butts. All right, let's keep going. This one is from CBS last night, 60 Minutes.
Was democracy best served by President Biden stepping down and basically handing you a nomination? You didn't have to go through a primary process. You didn't have to fight off other contenders. That's not really the way our system was intended to work.
President Biden made a decision that I think history is going to show is rare among leaders, which was to put country before self. And I am proud to have earned the support of the vast majority of delegates.
That word
and
earned.
to have been elected the Democratic nominee. I am proud to have received the endorsement of leaders around this country from every background and walk of life to fight in this election over the next month for our democracy.
But I think this truncated process is why people think or say they don't really know who you are.
Look, I've been in this race for 70 days.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Who the heck is this guy? And let's get more of him. Yeah, no, I heard that word salad. Yeah, it was kind of handed to you. It was a Kamala nation, which is my play on the word coronation. So it was just handed to you. She gives her word salad and she goes, yeah, about that truncated process, though. It doesn't feel good to a lot of people. Shocking. Oh, goodness. And I wish I didn't have more, but I do for your viewing pleasure. Let's go to the same guy, another one. And this guy right here, just in CNN, just ended Kamala Harris' political career. Are we finally witnessing real journalism? Listen to this one. This is another one that is just, I can't believe is on the media. And the left is actually out there touting this interview. Watch this.
Tell you what your critics and the columnists say.
Okay.
They say that the reason so many voters don't know you is that you have changed your position on so many things. You were against fracking, now you're for it. You supported looser immigration policies, now you're tightening them up. You were for Medicare for all, now you're not. So many that people don't truly know what you believe or what you stand for. And I know you've heard that.
In the last 4 years, I have been Vice President of the United States, and I have been traveling our country, and I have been listening to folks.
Word salad.
And seeking what is possible in terms of common ground. I believe in building consensus. We are a diverse people, geographically, regionally, in terms of where we are in our backgrounds. And what the American people do want is that we have leaders who can build consensus, where we can figure out compromise and understand it's not a bad thing, as long as you don't compromise your values, to find common sense solutions. And that has been my approach.
Okay. Wow. So everyone knows you're full of crap. You used to have these positions. They're completely inverted. Now, you're about the buzzwords. Diversity, consensus, commonality. Yeah, compromise. Yeah, you've really known yourself for that one. But anyway, that's the second thing how they smoked her. After she smoked herself in this one, after this article came out the day before saying, like, maybe she shouldn't be near Biden, she completely ties herself to Biden. Guys, the reason that we're covering these things is because something that I said early on is coming true. Her poll numbers are starting to suffer, so they need to get her out there to bolster those numbers. The only problem is, whenever she goes near a microphone or a question, it gets really uncomfortable because she always drops the ball. Therefore, her numbers go worse, so they send her out here more. It is a death spiral of a campaign. You are witnessing the end of this approach towards the Harris campaign. They are only doing this out of desperation. Guys, You're seeing something right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below if I landed that plane, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.